Welcome to Beardy, Bruce Lee Central.
Hey everybody, it's Birdie here. What's going on, guys? Okay, so back in the 60s, Bruce Lee would get invited to karate tournaments all around the country. He would be a special guest and he would often give out the trophy to the winner of the tournament. And sometimes he would do exhibitions like Wing Chun exhibitions, Kung Fu exhibitions. You've all seen the stuff he does, you know, the 2-finger push-up, the 1-inch punch, etc., etc. And he did this for years and years and years, and people loved it. So he would get invited to a lot of these tournaments all over the country. But at one of these tournaments, there was a 7th Dan karate grandmaster called Julian Patrick. That's the guy that you're looking at right now. Now, this guy, he hated Bruce Lee. He hated the Bruce Lee exhibition. He hated Kung Fu. He hated Wing Chun. He absolutely despised Bruce Lee. This guy was a hardcore karate guy. For him, karate was the be-all and end-all of martial arts, and anything else was just complete bullshit. So this guy, he wanted to take out Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee, you know Bruce Lee, he doesn't want to fight. He's not the type of guy that just goes up and fights someone. And Bruce Lee was ignoring this guy, this Julian Patrick, all throughout the tournament and the exhibition. But at the end of the show, this guy simply would not let Bruce Lee go. And what you're watching right here, right now, is Bruce Lee is about to punch this guy in the throat. And that effectively ends the entire conflict right there. So this fight lasted for 1 second, and Bruce Lee punched this guy so fast in the throat, he couldn't see it coming. He had no chance of blocking it or moving away. And that essentially ended the fight. The guy went down to one knee and he grasped for air. He couldn't breathe. And the fight was over right there. And that's it, basically. That's the whole story. This guy got to feel the full force of Bruce Lee and he just couldn't cope with it. So, yeah, that's the story of Julian Patrick versus Bruce Lee. I mean, this guy is a complete moron. I mean, for him, karate was the be-all and end-all. He didn't want to expand his horizon. He didn't care much for Bruce Lee. He was probably jealous that Bruce Lee was getting all of this attention and was invited to be a special guest during these karate tournaments. Basically, he didn't think Bruce Lee was much of a martial artist. But as you can see here, he got to taste the full force of Bruce Lee's speed right to his throat. And you know, this is not the first time that I've mentioned Bruce Lee using the throat technique. I've told you about this technique earlier on this channel, and it's the most effective way to stop a fight, basically. So if you don't want to fight someone, it's fighting without fighting, okay? So Bruce Lee essentially disables this guy immediately because he's grasping for air. He has no way of retaliating because he's just grasping for air, you know? So it's the perfect way to end the fight if you don't want to fight. You just go for the throat and your opponent will immediately be disabled. But it's a risky move. You have to hit your opponent at a very special spot in the throat. You can't just hit him anywhere on the neck and throat. It doesn't work like that. You have to be a specialist like Bruce Lee. So if you're able to pull that off, it's the ultimate technique because your opponent will go down in one knee grasping for air. But like I said, you have to be a specialist. You have to be like a Bruce Lee type of specialist to pull that off.